Hi guys, this is Pawan. This is Pawan speaking. I'm the host today for my YouTube channel Pawan Hewage. So today I will be discussing about the hundred, the review of the hundred so far. So yesterday was a fabulous performance, especially by Jemimah Rodriguez yesterday. 92 of 46 from the Northern Superchargers. It was a fabulous innings. I think that was the highest score so far from the 100. And then De Lange's bowling yesterday was superb. So I will be discussing. So for anyone to join, you can join from my description. The link of the StreamYard link is in my description, link description and the comment section as well. So anyone can join at any time. So I'll be reviewing all matches, men's and women's so far from the 100. As everyone said, about the 100, they said that this will benefit bowlers usually because normally, like, because this is 100 balls and then each bowler only gets 20 balls to bowl, and like they can only once they can only bowl 5 balls. So they said that it might benefit the bowlers, but I think that's wrong for sure. They have a high scoring games yesterday, so it's a very interesting format. So without much ado, we'll start reviewing by the 100. So the first match was between Oval Invincibles and Manchester Originals. So the captain of Oval Invincibles is Sam Curran, and the captain of Manchester Originals is Josh Butler. We'll go through the men's game first and then go through the women's because both are important. So first we'll go with the Oval Invincibles innings. So good start from Jason Roy and Sam Curran. It's interesting. It's an interesting move that Sam Curran batted open with Jason Roy, especially when he's a bowler. But that's interesting move. And then Sunil Narayan at number 3. So that is a bit interesting. They're trying to experiment Sunil Narayan batting at number 3. But that's good. But the standout performer over here was Sam Billings, the captain of Oval Invincibles. He was just absolutely superb. 49 of 30 balls at a strike rate of 163. I think Sam Curran was given the captaincy of the Oval Invincibles before this match started, but now I think they are giving the captaincy to Sam Billings, and he's the wicket keeper. He impressed a lot. 49 of 30. I watched his batting. He was playing superbly. And talking about the statistics of his innings, his most productive shot was the flick, and mostly he played his runs through the offside. So that's interesting. And he had 83% control, 4 fours and 2 sixes, 49 of 30. I mean, first time playing in the 100. I mean, that's a good start. I mean, that's a superb start for sure. So that was a good innings. Going through the scorecard again, once again. So good batting performance from Sam Billing once again. So I think that was very productive from him. Bit disappointed with Jason Roy. I think opening. I think actually Colin Ingram should have opened with Sam Curran. So that was a bit disappointing that he didn't. Laurie Evans, I expected a lot from him. He got 0 from 2. He should have batted at number 3 and then let Sunil Narayan bat at number 8 possibly. So that was a bit disappointing. The bowling card, Fred Klaasen was superb. I've seen him bowl once. I think let's go through his stats. Um, so he's a English bowler. He plays. He's from Netherlands and plays for Kent. So his matches, I was very impressed with his bowling actually. But yeah, he was good. 3 for 23 of his opening. He has played for Kent mostly. So first time I think he has broken through. He has played. He has played a fabulous. He did a good bowling performance for the first time, in my opinion, what I witnessed. So yeah, he was good. Stephen Finn. Sorry, after a long time, I've seen this guy coming up. I've seen him for England like for the past 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, from 2011 to 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And after a long time, I'm seeing him bowling. Matt Parkinson, I expected a bit more, 1.35 runs per ball. So actually, there is no overs in the 100 format, and there is no economy, so it's runs per ball actually. And each bowler can only bowl 5 balls, and when one batsman gets out, actually the one who's not out actually gets a strike of the 100. So see, the key to 100 balls indicates that the bowler is bowling consecutive set of 5 balls. RPB means runs per ball. RRPB means required runs per ball. 5 means set of 5 balls. So each bowler can only bowl 5 balls. Given they can straight only bowl 5 balls, and 5 ball super over as well in case it gets a tie. Yeah, I went through the rules that day, so I think oh, okay, Aryan's there. Okay. Okay,
Right.
I see you. Yeah, no, I was just reviewing on the 100. I'm reviewing all the
Yeah.
matches anyway, from the first match to the sixth.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what were your thoughts on the first match?
Good. I didn't watch that much, but I was able to watch it like the highlights, and
Yeah,
I
same.
could,
Even I don't think it's broadcasted in Sri Lanka as well. I checked all channels, like no channel is
mm,
broadcasting the 100. So, I have to watch the
yeah.
highlights mostly. Yeah. That's a bit
Mhm.
disappointing for all Asians. I mean, for Sri Lankans,
Mm,
we can watch the 100 live. So yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
um,
it's on fast. I don't know what channel is it, but the West Indies and the Australia series also gets broadcasted on there.
okay.
Uh,
Were you actually
uh,
disappointed with this Manchester Originals team? I mean, they were one of the teams to look out for, and I mean, they struggled in the first game against the Oval Invincibles. I mean,
yeah.
with
Mhm.
Bill Salt and Josh Butler, I think we have to expect more. But I think superb bowling from Sam Curran and Ryan actually to get them out early.
Yeah, that was good bowling, and these big names need to fire. Otherwise, this team just looks like the RCB of 2011 when they had Gale,
That
Kohli, and De Villiers, and no one really fired. So if you got big names, you expect at least one of them to fire, if not all of them. But
At least
it's just
Colin Munro did a bit okay, 26 of 22, but not enough. Carlos Bathwaite, interesting name coming up. He was left out of all
yeah.
West Indies squad,
If
and he's
if you
impressing in the
remember
100.
it, it all went in a flashback. Carlos Brathwaite on strike. It was not Ben Stokes, but it was Sam Curran with the ball. 19 runs remaining exact, and I was thinking, okay, can we see the repeat of that World Cup? But no, he got out caught at long on. So Sam Curran didn't let that happen.
Yeah,
So
so
good on.
Oval Invincibles won by 9 runs eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And man of the match, the bowling card will quickly go through. So Sam Curran was impressive once again, 2 for 27. I thought he was brilliant. I thought that Sam Curran is actually the captain of the Oval Invincibles before
No,
this
no, he's
started, but
not.
now it's given to Sam Billings. Same with the
Mm-hmm.
London Spirit as well, if I'm not mistaken. Moin Morgan was not supposed to be captain, but now he's given the captaincy.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's just early. I mean, it's early stages in the tournament. We can't really judge
yeah.
teams based on one game. We can just look at, okay, who did well. We can criticize, like go into depth of the players who are playing recently. For example, Mahmood, Karan, and the others who have played recently. But one guy who didn't play recently has done well. Reece Topley did well, I think, with the ball,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
left arm
He stopped play.
pacer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
he's always got that added height advantage also
yeah.
coming from
Yeah.
top. Yeah,
Nathan Southhouse was good.
yeah.
Two
Sauter
for
is
18
a
of
good leg spinner.
he's Australian. Yeah, he's a spinner. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Leg break spinner. Yeah. He plays for Middlesex, and he has played for New South Wales. So he's a good. He's 28 also. So I think Australia. I don't know what Australia are doing with young talent right now.
Mm, Australia.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think what
my light went out, but actually this is looking good. So, like, yeah, Australia, regarding Australia, have you given the news to the fans that Aaron Finch is gonna miss the
Ah,
Bangladesh
yeah, no,
tour?
no, I didn't. I didn't go through the Australian this thing game
Yeah,
yesterday.
so
Yeah, Aaron Finch is
just
out. Yeah, with a
yeah,
leg
big breaking
injury.
news with a knee injury, and he's gonna need a surgery if he wants to recover in time for the T20 World Cup. Plus, I think Alex Carey will now lead in the all the formats. I guess if Finch in the Bangladesh tour, because I see him as a potential vice captain
Yeah. Hmm.
who's going to lead them.
But
Okay.
partnership is the most important for over
Yeah,
innings
but
versus between
yeah,
Ingram
this
and
Ingram and Billings. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let's go to the women's game because that was the first game, so we'll quickly go on to that. But that also, I think it was a double win for the Oval
Oh,
Invincible.
Invincible. Yeah.
We will
I
talk
think
all games.
we had a chat on it previously, either on your show, yeah, on your show only. We had a
No,
chat
I
for
think we did the preview. I don't think
yeah.
I did the match, so we go. I think so. We did, no? Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Because
we'll
we
go
were
through
doing
yesterday's matches.
we were previewing the men's game. I'm yeah, but we have a post match analysis of the women game. So I
Yeah, let's go
remember.
through. Let's go through yesterday's match then.
Yeah,
Both the
the
matches.
Trents versus the Southern Brave, and yeah, this one also.
Yeah,
Jemimah
I
Rodriguez,
didn't preview this the
we were
second game.
really, man. Rodriguez, you know you associate her with the touches and the glides. No power game, but there you go.
Yeah, we'll
She
discuss about that soon about Jamai's performance. That's at the end. First, we'll focus on the women's second game. Shafali
oh,
Verma, 13 of 13. How do you think that she could have contributed a bit more? What do you think about her first performance with the Phoenix?
no, I mean it's her first performance. She played like she does. I mean, went for it, but unfortunately got out. So not much
Mhm.
disappointed. Expecting much more from her in the coming games, obviously.
Eve Jones and Amy Jones both were good actually. Amy
Mhm.
Jones's innings was really good. I'm really impressed with her recently with her batting. She has been really good so far. But both of them did well. Going on to the bowling, Deepthi Sharma, another Indian women's player, one for 26. That was good. But Freya Davis, one for 19 of 20 balls. She was good. And
She
Deandra Duffin, two for 28. What do you think of both of
mhm.
those bowlers?
Davis looked like she was bowling a test match in the 100 format.
Yeah.
She obviously has the bag of tricks, the variations that she has, but in that this game she really bowled with control and kept the batsman guessing of what's coming. I think that
Hmm.
is the most important thing in the shortest format.
Yeah, I agree with you. I watched I watched the highlights as well of this. But Dottin was really good. Two for 28 of 20. Heather Knight also was good. Wicket keeper, I think, of the England team. She also gets a chance to bowl. So one for 11. That's
Mm,
also interesting. When it comes to the batting, I mean, this
mm.
team easily chased down. Good batting
Yeah,
from
they
Naomi
played
Tatani.
well. Yeah,
I've not
Dotani
heard
played
of
well.
before. Yeah, but that's good. Interesting that both Latani and Latin got a chance to open. So that's interesting
Hmm.
moves.
Because
Yeah, but
Dottin
good.
generally opens for the West Indies, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Dottin,
think so.
yeah, yeah,
Latani, I don't think so. She opens with Haley Matthews, I think.
yeah.
Latani is English. Yeah, she was good today. Yeah, she was good in that game. But the middle order only, I think, solidified. I think the batting for the London Spirit. Deepti Sharma and Heather Knight, I think, a great partnership between both of them. But the middle order was not impressive. But the top four batsmen ensured that they got through the line. And Amara Khan's
Yeah,
small innings at the end. Yeah, bowling
yeah,
card. Emily Arlott 2 for 30 of 15, so that was okay. But at fast, not a good runs per ball, but
Yeah.
Erin Burns was good. 2 for 15 of 20 balls, 0.75 with two wickets. So that she was good. So what are your thoughts on the bowling card of the Spirits?
Yeah, we
Not
can go
Spirits,
down.
not
We are here.
Spirits.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, the
we, we
Birmingham.
we did this, then we are, yes, down, 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 and yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Izzy Wong is there. She did well. So what do you think is a good runs per ball? I mean, average sort of in 100. We are seeing 1.4 to,
think about 1.3, 1.35 for me. I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
yeah,
Somewhere
because if
around
you
that.
got like, if you got 20 balls in total, I think, which each bowler has in the match, then you multiply it by 2. So you're already giving 40 runs away. So I think 2 is on the higher side.
Yeah,
Between 1 and 1.5 is good. And talk
yeah.
about
Below that is like brilliant,
bowling
outstanding.
economies. Aaron Burns really he really bowled well, 0.75 plus 2 wickets.
Yeah,
So
2 for 15. Yeah, she was good.
mm,
You quickly go through the stats as well, and then go through the men's also quickly. We quickly
yeah.
go through all because yesterday's matches were like more important. Yeah. So Emily Jones, I think 47 or 41. Mostly she played the off drive, her productive shot. So yeah, and Latani also 4 4s and 1 6 for the London Spirits. Her
Mhm.
productive shot was the pull, so more on the
Mhm.
onside than the offside for her the runs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's go to the men's once again. As I promised, I will review all the matches. Yeah, so quickly go through. So second
Oh,
match. Um, yeah, Jack Crawley. I mean,
yeah. I wanna quickly, before Zach Crowley, this guy in the Phoenix team, Evans. What's his name? Who reverse scooped the pacer for 6? I mean, that
yeah,
shot was number one, insane. Number two, that shot has shown where our game has come today in terms of the change in batting techniques. In the late 1890s, we hear former players saying we were not allowed to hit a six. We were told to play all along the ground, and now today, without any fear, people are reverse scooping paces for six. So
mm,
just want to make that point how advanced, how fast this game is, and
yeah, it's a
the
really good format. Yeah,
change that has come. Now we are looking at the 100 format. Who would have thought 10 years back we would be talking about this? So it's
yeah,
interesting.
like the 2020 format as well, like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
back in 2003 or 2006, and now the 100 initiated by England ECB board. So that's a good move from the ECB actually to start
Mhm.
this format. Yeah. So
Okay,
moving
let's go
on
to,
to
yeah.
yeah, moving on to
Jack.
the second game. So Jack Kroll, I think he's usually a test player, but I think he's doing well in this 100 format in the first match itself, 64
Mhm.
40. So how do you rate his game in
I
his
mean,
first match?
his height. He's got the height. So as the commentators say, he stands tall on the ball because he rises
Mm.
with the bounce. And I saw that one pickup shot which he played. That was really good to see. And Zach Crowley is someone who's a timer of the ball. He's not like
Yeah,
blunging the ball and he'll hit you for
power
sixes, but
drives and the pulls
yeah,
as
he'll
well.
pick the
Hit
gaps.
the
He'll pick
ball.
the gaps
Yeah,
and then score. But I'm impressed with the strike rate. I gotta say 160. I'm not expecting a player like Crawley to play 160, especially being
hmm.
a test match specialist. So pretty, and he was the cap. No, he wasn't the
No,
captain.
it's
I think,
Ian Morgan. He was supposed to be
yeah,
the
it's Owen Morgan.
captain, but
Yeah,
they've given it back to Morgan.
yeah,
But the middle order
Morgan.
looks good. Even Joe Denley, I think he's a 2020. If I can remember, he played against Sri Lanka, I think, in the 2020 back in 2018. He can bowl
Yeah.
also, I think. He's all round, I think. So he's back. It's good to see that he's back. I think he's a good striker of the ball. So 25 or 14, 14, that was good to bring London Spirit to 144. All the middle order batsmen have contributed. Morgan, Joe Denley, and Ravi Bopara. So
But you
whatever.
but you look at the ball was like kind of taken and the run scored. Morgan got 13, Bopara got 17. So 30 runs off 29 balls. That's almost 100 strike rate. So that's
Yeah,
not good enough in the short format. They consumed around about like five.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
Joe Denley was okay, but Morgan could have been a bit more better.
look at Bupara even 16 balls for his 17.
17.
So
Yeah, so
maybe they
that's
could have pushed in excess of 160 if they played a bit quicker.
true.
So yeah,
Yeah, a bit disappointing from a strong side like London Spirit. But you move on to the bowling. Adam Mill was superb. 2 for 18 of 20. He's a New Zealand fast bowler. I've
and
not
so
seen him
far,
for a while.
yeah, catch of the tournament so far goes to him. That caught
Hmm.
and bowled he took. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was really good. But Imran
Tom
Tahir was a bit
Helm.
loose with his
Yeah,
bowling,
look.
especially after PSL. 0 for 35 or 20, unexpected bowling from him. Especially, I think it's
But this is a
suiting
good
his
bowling
initiative.
attack. Spin bowling, you got Tahir, Moeen Ali, then Livingston can bowl, and then the
Hmm.
skipper used three pacers. Tom Helm, I liked him the way he bowled,
Yeah, 2 for
and
37 was good, even though I think
Denny
he
Hall,
went a
yeah.
lot, I think, in the final few overs. But he was actually good. Seeing him for the first time as a fan, I think his bowling is good. Yeah, but Moeen Ali again contributed 0 for 11, even though he didn't get a wicket. He's anyways always good with his bowling. Let's talk about the batting. Uh,
Mm,
Again back, Moeen Ali doing all round performances, 40 of 30.
yeah, 40 or 30, well done, yeah.
Mm. But the
But
opening was a bit poor, I think.
see, Finn
It was
Allen,
a
I
bit.
mean, he's gained so much of a name for himself, through coming in the IPL. All people were like, okay, Finn Allen from New Zealand, he's got really fast hands, he'll play like this. But I tell you one thing, when you got a Muhammad Amir in front of you and you hit him for six over mid wicket, he knows how to come back. That was a bloody good ball. He knocked your leg stump over. So, yeah, credit
Hmm.
goes to Muhammad Amir there for coming
Yeah, the
back.
in swinger. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Moeen Ali was okay. Daniel Beldaman a bit disappointed. I saw him in the LPL last year. He was actually
I
a good
saw him in
striker of the ball,
the
a bit
Bash.
slow.
I saw him in the Vitality Bash. Does he play for Kent? Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
he
wrong.
plays for Kent.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
plays for Kent, right? Yeah.
yeah.
But the star of the
But
show, 15 balls, 20 for Chris Benjamin.
yeah, Chris Benjamin.
Yeah,
I
star of
mean,
the show.
surprise name out. He is so good.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean, he's
England have found a new finisher.
yeah for South Africa. Yeah, sorry for England. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I think there are too many finishers anyway. England. I
Mhm.
mean, they have
Yeah.
Ben Stokes and yeah. I mean, Josh Butler is there. Johnny Barristo. I mean, there are many finishers. Yeah. So we
Yeah,
quickly go through
Pawan,
the
your
bowling
screen
card.
is like lagging.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. Yeah. So talking about the bowling card, Amir
Mm.
again. We know that he's anyway expensive in his spells, but those are two crucial wickets, but not enough to prevent London Spirit from winning. But yeah, what's to be done
Mm.
from the yeah? So London Spirit couldn't win. Yeah,
Mm.
no, I think London Spirit is coached by Shane Warne also. By the way,
Mhm.
yeah, the men's team. Yeah.
Well,
Um, Chris Wood was okay, 1 for 23 of 20, 1.15 runs per ball. He was okay. Blake Cullen and Amir got crucial wickets, but not enough to prevent the Phoenix from winning.
maybe too expensive there. 60 odd runs they went for 62.
Yeah. So, but player of the match
So
was Zach
yeah.
Crawley actually from London Spirit. So that's interesting. A bit controversial that they gave the man of the match to Crawley, but still
Mhm.
his innings was good. So you can't blame on
I
that.
think I'll rejoin. My wife has given.
Yeah, okay. So I'm back. So the stats. So Zach Crawley 64-40. His most productive shot was the flick, and he had 78% control. Mostly he had played on the offside. 43 runs coming from the offside. For the Birmingham Phoenix, by the way, Moeen Ali 40 of 30, very crucial knock for as a captain to bring the Birmingham Phoenix to win. 3-4-1-6. His most productive shot was the slog shot. His most of his runs was on the onside. So yeah, that's interesting. 27 runs of that. Bowlers wise, we'll quickly go through. Adam Milne 2 for 18 runs per ball, 0.90. Impressive bowling. I've not seen him for a while since he performed for New Zealand. So that was interesting. And Howell as well from Birmingham Phoenix, 2 for 25. Those two made ensured that Birmingham Phoenix win the match. Partnerships wise, the most important I think was in the middle order for London Spirit. Even though 145, I think they should have actually got to 160. If Morgan and Bopara were a bit not slow, I think their strike rates were a bit slow. But since it's their first match, we have to give them an excuse a bit. You can't excuse like that in a competition like this. But yeah, it was a bit slow. But for Birmingham Phoenix, Ali was impressive in their partnership, 36 of 25 with Bell Drummond, even though his strike rate was a bit, but a good finish from Benjamin. I'm very impressed. I think we haven't seen batsman finishers like that for England for a while. I mean, Benjamin was superb. Chris Benjamin. I saw the highlights because it's not broadcasted in Sri Lanka actually, so it's a bit of a shame that we can't watch the 100 through TV. But I watched the highlights. So yeah, can't remember this game was on Thursday. Actually, I was watching yesterday's. So we quickly go through yesterday's matches as fast as possible. First, we'll go on to the men's, the 100 yesterday. Quickly, we go through before we wrap the things up. So yesterday, Southern Brave played against Trent Bridge. Yeah. Batting scorecard. Yeah, James wins and very disappointed with Devon Conway. I mean, he has played all three formats for New Zealand right now and is a promising player. After that double century against England, I mean, that was one of the best performances for, I mean, a New Zealander. But bad start. I mean, Alex Davis and Devon Conway got into a partnership. They did well. Pathetic performance from Colin the Grandhome. Expected a bit more. 4 of 4. I mean, not good. But Ross Whitley, we'll talk about him a bit. 39 of the 29. He comes from Derbyshire. He has played for Bultan Sultans for the PSL. So that's interesting. I think he got a lot of experience. I think playing for being in that squad actually for Sultans. 39 knocks. That was crucial for the southern. Uh, sorry, yeah, the southern Brave. Moving on for Trent Bridge. I mean, superb bowling from Marchand Delang. I mean, 5 for 26 is Yorkers. I mean, the placement of his balls was superb. I mean, he's South African, and I don't understand why he's not in the South African squad. I know he's been picked by South Africa. He didn't impress the selectors, but man, 5 for 20 of 20 balls in your first match for Trent Rockets in a 100 format, a new format in front of fans. That is a good performance. Luke Wood was okay, 1 for 27. Louis Gregory, excellent captaincy by him. I mean, he played well for England against Pakistan also. He's 75 knock, if I'm not mistaken, in the second ODI, so he was good, 1.40. Joe Root, he doesn't ball usually, but I mean, that was fabulous with a runs per ball, 0.85 runs per ball, 1 for 17 of 20, 9 dots. I mean, he bowled superbly. I mean, unexpected. He was way better than Rashid Khan for me. I mean, Rashid Khan should pick up more wickets because he plays for all franchises. He plays for VSL, he plays for CPL, he plays for IPL for Sunrisers. We can't really blame him because he's now appointed the national 2020 captain also for Afghanistan, but expected a bit more from him. So yeah, we quickly go through the trend rockets. Superb batting performance by Darcy Short. I mean, Alex Hales disappointing. I mean, I think he's feeling the pressure. I think of not being picked by England after those controversies. Good knock from Malan, number one 2020 batsman in the world. He has come back to form once again for the 100. He's showing all the critics wrong. So good win from the Trent Rockets, which are coached. I think they are coached by Brad Hogg, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a sec. Sorry, Andy Flower. Andy Flower was the coach of Multan Sultans as well. Sorry for giving wrong facts. Yeah, Verish Fire is coached by Stephen Fleming. Yeah, but still good. And the bowling scorecard, I think there's nothing to talk about. I mean, most of them are poor. Chris Jordan was okay, 0 for 24, but only George Garton only picked up a wicket. So nothing goes through. Play of the match, Marchand D. Lang, he deserves it, 5 for 20. I mean, what else can you talk about? His bowling was spot on. His Yorkers, I mean, his lengths, superb. So we talk about the statistics quickly. David Malan, his cover drive and his pull shot was good yesterday, really good. I mean, his batting again was good. His shots were mostly the offside, 7 fours and 2 sixes. Darcy shot, meanwhile, his control 75% most productive shot as well is the cover drive. Most of his shots were straight drive. As we can see, 12 runs have been scored from straight drives. Straight, I mean, the straight from the ground, but mostly shots are offside as well and a bit towards onside. So his innings was controlled. Darcy shot. Bowling, I mean, Marchand Delang, superbs. Right-handers, he's bowled two Yorkers. Very interesting. And short of a length, he has bowled two balls as well. Two balls Yorkers. He has so much variation. I mean, he was stand out for me. I mean, I didn't expect a bowling performance from Marchand Delang. So that's good. Mostly short at good lengths and short length for right-handers, but he's got most of his wickets of from left-handers. So that's interesting. Interesting stat. Joe Root, meanwhile, he only bowled two balls to right-hander, got one wicket. So I mean, his bowling was good, mostly in the good length and short of good length. So that's pretty impressive from Joe Root. So moving on, we'll go to the women's game once again. We quickly go through that as well. I promise I will go through all weekly. Southern Brave versus Trent Rockets. I mean, this Southern Brave team looks really good. As Rukaya Admanji mentioned on the Cricket Analyst, I was watching that as well before coming on this. I watched the highlights of all these games, so don't criticize me. I did watch all the highlights at least, even though I didn't watch the live broadcast. This team looks very strong. I mean, Southern Brave, even though they didn't win yesterday, this team. Oh, sorry, they did win yesterday. So sorry, I'm so sorry. This team looks strong. Danny Watt and Smithy Vandan. I mean, this team looks solid. Even though Mandan and Watt didn't deliver yesterday, this top three didn't deliver yesterday. But I think this Southern Brave team can go a long way for sure. And a big victory from them, 23-run victory. I'm so sorry about earlier, but good captaincy by Anya Shubsal, 40 of 30. I mean, she batted superbly, and she currently plays for the England's women's team. We see her previous matches as well, how she's played. Um, yeah, against India also she has impressed 47. This 47 and one wicket as well, two wickets. She was outstanding yesterday. I mean, the captain of the Southern Brave team, 40 not out and 4 for 30 in your first match for the 100. I mean, she can definitely bring this Southern Braves team to a long way, and I think they can definitely win. Yeah, so moving on, let's quickly go through this side. Um, Stephanie Taylor once again. I mean, you don't have to talk about the West Indies captain right now. 45 of 31, 4-4. She's in terrific form. She played well in the 2020s against Pakistan as well. The highest run scorer, man of the series. So she's in great form. Yeah. So nothing to talk about the batting. It was impressive. But bowling also very good. Catherine Brunt, we know she's a veteran. 0 of for 18 of 20 balls, 0.90 runs per ball. So that was good. Sammy Joe Johnson was good also, 15 balls, 1 for 13. Um, she's also, I believe, she's Australian. Yeah, I spoke about the squad also before the 100 started. Um, so that was good. For 1 for 13 wickets, she has done well for New South Wales women also. So that's a good pick that they have taken her into this Southern Brave squad. Uh, I'm also running out of breath, but let's quickly discuss about this. Natskiva, we always know, even though she went a lot in the last few balls, 2 for 33 of 20, I mean, she has a lot of experience, so she was really good. Impressive from her. Talking about the Trent Rockets batting now. Disappointing opening start from Rachel Priest and Sammy Joe Johnson. Expected a bit more from Rachel Priest because she opens for New Zealand as well. But once again, Natskiva only has contributed for this Trent Rocket side. Even that's why they ended up losing. I mean, she's all rounder, definitely 2 for 33, then 44 not out. From I think both captains have delivered in this game, but I mean, Amy Shrewsball has contributed more to the team than Netskiver. That's why they won yesterday. And I mean, the other teammates also have contributed off the um, Southern Brave, which is why they won. Catherine Brunt, once again, these two veterans of England women's cricketers have again delivered, but it was not enough because the latter order is not much experience. So, Heather Gratham, I have heard of her, but otherwise, I think it was a poor performance, which is why they lost. Once again, Enya Shubsall, there's nothing to talk. 4 for 13, especially fast bowling. I watched games in the World Cup in 2090, 2020. I think recently, yeah, the World Cup, Women's World Cup in 2018. So she was good. 0.65 runs per ball. I mean, there's nothing much else to speak about the captain. Amanda Jade Wellington, another interesting name, 0 for 10, even though she didn't pick up wickets of her 20 balls. Runs per ball 0.50, so she was interesting. Stephanie Taylor also contributing with the ball as well. So most of these batters are getting a chance to bowl in this 100. So that's the interesting thing. Yeah. Um, Wait, so I'll go through the statistics as well. Quickly, we'll go through. I'm desperate to get through that to the Northern Super Chargers versus Welsh Fire women's match yesterday because that's the match I want to show statistics also. Stephanie Taylor, she's the man of the match for Southern Brave. Most of her shots were offside, sweep mostly, but I think she played really well yesterday. 4 fours and 1 6. Natskiva, I mean, always her pool shot is marvelous. I mean, her batting display and how her footwork, mostly of her batting, and she has so much experience for 2020. So she was really good. Andy Shrewsball again, and sorry, Anya Shrewsball, 3 wickets of right-handers. So that's interesting. For actually, all 4 wickets from right-handers. Mostly, she has bowled Yorkers also. One Yorker, that's interesting. and she has got a wicket off that also. So I mean that's pretty good. But most of her lengths are in either in full and good, and definitely when the ball spins, drifts away towards the batsman, or drifts away from the batsman, she anyway gets a wicket, and usually good length. Anyway, is good for. Sorry, she's a fast bowler. I'm so sorry. Uh, sorry, one Yorker. I'm really sorry. Yeah, good lengths. Three wickets of a good length, so that's good. Bell also will quickly go through. Yeah. So man of the match was Anya shoots ball. Good partnership for the Trent Rockets. Not enough though. Only two partnerships been contributor. Best partnership was between Shoots Ball and Taylor. 76 of 46. That was very crucial for them to win yesterday by 23 runs. Great batting display from the Southern Brave women. First matches, but they're showing signs. So let's go to the last game of both the men's and women's, and then we go to the tables and then end it off there. Because actually today 7 or 7:15, 7:15, I might do a pre-match analysis of the Sri Lanka versus India first 2020. I'll bring in fans and we'll discuss on that. So any fan can join. Once I'll send the link in the description down 5 minutes before. Let's quickly go through the last match and then we'll wrap things up. Welsh Fire, I mean, I didn't expect them to. I mean, they were a weak. When I saw their squad, they were a bit weak for me. But you never know. Danny Bairstow, we know he's a good middle order batsman. We have seen him perform for England. Number three batsman. He has open. He can bat at number three. He can bat at number four. Again, 56 of 36 at a strike rate of 155.55. There's nothing much to talk about his batting. A bit disappointed from Tom Benton after all the impressive. Sorry, all the critics are talking. Sorry, everyone talking about his potential being in this English side. It was a bit disappointing. Glenn Phillips was a bit okay. 23 of 14, both New Zealanders. Glenn Phillips and Jimmy Neesham has come back to form. Very impressive. Three fours and two sixes at a strike rate of 272, especially in the 100 format. I never expected that from him. But good batting display all around. Talk about the statistics. Quickly go through the batting. Again, good batting from Johnny Bairstow, mostly on the offside. His off drive was the most effective. He has played runs in the onside too, but mostly his runs have dominated from the offside. So that's a bit impressive. Five fours, three sixes is anyway. He's good through the offside. His shots. Um, this was a close match and a high scoring match as well. First match I've seen in the 100 format that big score has been put by a team. So that was a good performance. Bowling wise, bit poor. I mean, Ben Stokes only bowled 10 balls. He was okay. 1 for 8. He should have actually bowled his 20 balls, but never know. Bryden Cast disappointing once again. 1 for 45. He was bowling everywhere. Yorkers. I mean, his lengths were not good, especially after playing against Pakistan in the 2020 match. A bit disappointing from him. I expected a bit more from Adil Rashid being the leading spin um, attacker for England. A bit disappointing. 1 for 32, 1.60 runs per ball. Should have picked up more wickets. Tad expensive. David Willey also a bit expensive, having England experience, so nothing much to talk about them. Again, Northern Super Chargers. Harry Brook was just brilliant from England. Three fours, five sixes at a strike rate of 200, 62 of 31. He was simply impressive. We'll go through his stats. So he's an English batsman. He plays for Yorkshire, a side that has won many county championship titles. He has been impressive for 2020. 91, he has recently scored 91 and then 83 also for Yorkshire. So I mean, he's in terrific form. Okay, so Harry Brook is a potential to watch. I mean, he can definitely play for England soon, for 2020 at least, for England. And surprised that he was not picked by the England C team from the ECB selectors. So that's interesting. Chris Lynn a bit disappointed. Adam Leith, English batsman, good start from the openers. Um, yeah, but still they lost this game. The Northern Superchargers. Only Harry Brook was impressive, and then the lower middle order also contributed a lot, but not enough for Northern Superchargers to win. Bowling wise, there's nothing else to speak about. Sorry, there's a lot to speak about, but only one person to speak about in this match. Qais Ahmed, 4 for 13, 20 balls, Afghanistan spinner. He has so much experience right now. He's 20 years old. He has played for the LPL for Colombo Kings, PSL for um, he has played in the Big Bash for Hobart Hurricanes, PSL for Multan Sultans. So I mean Afghanistan definitely underdogs for this 2020 World Cup. If anyone wants to criticize my comment on that, you can always put down in the comment section, and I will read through that your comments as well. So good bowling. Quays Ahmad 4 for 13. Expected from him world class, better than Rashid Khan actually yesterday. So that was good. James Neesham only bowled 5 balls. He should have bowled more than otherwise, but still that innings was enough for the Berish Fire to win. So good bowling. Man of the match yesterday was Qais Ahmad as expected. So good innings. Good bowling performance from Qais Ahmad and good batting performance from uh, Basto and Nisham. And Brooke Coase has performed well. Going through the bowling, Quays Ahmed, he's got 2 wickets of right-handers. Mostly he has bowled off good length and short of good length. That's a good line. I mean, the good length is usually good for spinners. The drift, especially in England, the pitches are slow. So usually his variations usually drift away from the batsman, especially bowls the googly. He can bowl the off spinner. I mean, Quays Ahmad, he's a pick, definite pick alongside Rashid Khan for me for the 2020 World Cup. For left-handers also, he's got 2 wickets. He was outstanding. The good length is usually good for spinners because usually it either turns. If it's a spinning pitch, it usually turns and then drifts away from the batsman. I mean, when he bowls his variations, it usually turns away from the batsman, and it's very difficult for batsman to pick, especially with his speeds, because he can bowl at speeds around 80 or 90 kilometers per hour. So, I mean, the speeds very matter a lot, especially in slow pitches. And when you bowl at various speeds, it's very difficult for the batsman to actually read how a bowler like Quays Ahmad or Rashid Khan or even Tabes Shamsi bowls, who bowls. The spinners have caused a lot of problems anyway. Yeah, we'll go through Quays Ahmad a bit as well quickly because not many people know about him. I mean, they do know, um, but we'll go through his stats. I'm sorry, we'll go through his overview and then we'll talk about his recent matches quickly as fast because his bowling was simply good. He's a leg break bowler. I watched him a lot in the LPL last season. I watched all matches of the LPL for Colombo Kings. He was not that good than now how he's performing, but he's pretty impressive. So his bowling figures, he has played county cricket. I mean, that's why I think he has got so much experience. I never expected he has played the Vitality 2020 Blast. That's what I'm saying for Sri Lanka players like Banidu Hasaranga, Lakshan Sandakan to play in this Vitality 2020 Blast. These Afghanistan players are playing a lot and they're getting a lot of experience. Rashid Khan, Qais Ahmad, that's what I'm saying. The SLC board to give them some time. After now, there is a 2 month gap for these 1 month gap for these players. After that, let them go and experience the Vitality 2020 Blast, because Hasaranga definitely can be the number one 2020 bowler now, right now, if he continuously does like this. That's how they are getting experience matters a lot in these English conditions. So he was good. So let's go to the last game and the most anticipating game. Before that, I want to show you something. A tweet actually from one of our former cricketers. Yes, Kevin Peterson. Jemimah Rodriguez is now his favorite player. Yeah, so I mean, even I told on the cricket analyst, if Rukwaya or Zores Zakir watches this video one day, I told previously that Jemimah Rodriguez, even though she was out of form for certain matches, she has to be in the squad, and she simply has to be. She has proved many doubters wrong yesterday, 92 of 43. I mean, for any cricketer, especially in this first season of the 100 format, that was superb. Superb bowling yesterday. Superb batting yesterday, 92 of 43. I'm sorry, I'm mixing my words. 42 of 40, 92 of 43 balls. Yeah, so that was good. Um, Yeah, let's go through this scorecard once again. There's not much to talk about this. There's not lots to talk, but on particular only for one woman to talk about, which is Jamai Rodriguez. But we'll first go through the Bellish Fire's batting performance. Happy to see Sarah Taylor back after retirement from England's women's cricket. It's good to see her back for Village Fire. I've not seen her for a while. Um, Good batting from Haley Matthews. I think that was the only impressive batting from the Welsh Fire. Bit, I think the squad, anyways, is a bit poor compared to other teams like Southern Brave or Southern Brave or Northern Superchargers, or even Trent Rockets as well. Um, Even Oval Invincibles. Yeah, so Haley Matthews batted well. Sarah Taylor's bit slow their strike rates, but we expect that from a women's game. We quickly go through the bowling, and in this, Alice Davis and Richards. So Lindsay's pitch was good, 3 of 14 of a run per 0.70 runs per ball. That was good. Looking at her also, she's from England. Slow left arm orthodox. That works a lot, especially in these pitches. Slow pitches, this works. And her bowling has been definitely good, 3 for 14. Then last match for the Vitality also, she has not Vitality, 2020 match, she has picked up 2 wickets. Yes, so Lindsay Smith has been good for the Northern Superchargers. Yeah, let's go through immediately. Let's go through Rodriguez. There's one woman, Indian woman, to show all the Indian fans right now. Please comment down below of what you thought about Jamai's Rodriguez batting performance. Mind blowing, out of this world class performance. I don't know why she's not picked in the Indian squad. Who knows the reasons? But even she said that she doesn't know when she performs. She told in an interview, you can watch that, I think, of the 100. Outstanding, 74.16 at a strike rate of 213. I mean, I have no words to describe about her batting. Her and Alice Davis and Richards brought the Northern Superchargers to win. A bit concerned with the captain and the bit of a middle order there. A bit of a concern. They should. I hope they do well in the next match at least. Bowling card. Once again, Haley Matthews picked up a wicket. Rhino Smith was good. Pipia Cleary, 1 for 14 or 15 balls. She could have definitely bowled her full quota. I mean, why did they risk her bowling instead of Alice McLeod? Uh, yeah, they should have given her to bowl. Yeah, so let's quickly go through. Jamai Rodriguez, anyway, she's the man of the match. Impressive batting performance. I think all Indian cricket fans right now, women's and men's, and all over the world who supports Indian cricket, women's cricket, must be very proud of Jamai Rodriguez. She has the highest individual score for both women's and men's so far in the 100 format, and I will clap and applaud her for her batting performance, 92 of 43. I simply have to applaud her. She was simply superb. So let's quickly go through the table and then wrap things up. So right now, Northern Superchargers only one match so far, so all four teams two, but Northern Superchargers have a higher net run rate. Um, yeah, 1.206. They are ahead. And going through the men's, yeah, let's quickly go through the men's and then finish things off. I want to keep it to 1 hour anyway. I think Trent Rockets are ahead in the men's competition with the highest run 1.44 run rate, net run rate. This will matter definitely in the net run rate, but one match played so far, so they are ahead. Yeah, so I'll end things there. So once again, marvelous batting performance from Jamai Rodriguez, 92 of 43. Thank you guys for watching this. Please watch this video once you get a free time for sure, any of my subscribers and viewers. And please subscribe to my channel, click notifications. I know that there's so many views coming from my channel, but I hope I get subscribers. I will be putting more content very soon. More content, towards latter of this year or next year. Expect to put much more content. As promised, I said I will cover the 100 at least once or twice a week, due to my free depending on my schedule, at least once a week hopefully. I can't promise you guys whether I can do the 100 qualifiers, so the qualifiers or the finals due to other commitments, but I'll definitely go through the group stages with you guys. The post match analysis, but I can't promise you guys whether I can cover the qualifiers and finals as well. So until then, so we are currently going through a pandemic right now, so please wear a mask, and please wear a face shield if you have one, at home, and get vaccinated as soon as possible. Please get vaccinated as soon as possible. So I get a comment from Nitish. Sorry, Nitish, I'm actually done with this video right now. So I'll come. Please join me for the pre-match analysis of the first 2020 between India versus Sri Lanka at around 7:15 p.m. today IST. So please join. Please join the pre-match analysis before the India versus Sri Lanka first 2020 match starts. So please get vaccinated. When you go outside, keep a 1 meter distance, and that's it. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Goodbye. Stay safe, and we see you later. Thank you.